So this was supposed to be a big update video. Supposed to get a lot of work done. Had a whole weekend basically to myself to do stuff. I got sick, because of course, and I ran into some issues. Let me show you what happened. We tried to take off the oil filter. This thing rusted tight to the block. I am not joking, like it was corroded and rusted to the point on the outside, and then it got down into the inside. And every time we tried to put something in, put a nail in, put a wrench or a screwdriver through it and turn it, it would just shear off. So that took way longer than it should have. On the other topic of stuff that took way longer than it should have, taking this bar off that runs underneath the motor so that we can actually lower the motor a little bit and put it on its permanent mounts took way longer than it should have. Same basic reason, corrosion. On the plus side, we got this all wired up now. So we got the battery tender on there. The little breaker here was not too happy with the way we had it set up. We had this ground up here running directly to chassis, and it was just not having it. It actually went over to there. So now the ground goes from here down to the block. That picks up off the block, so there's a little less voltage actually running through it due to the resistance of the wire and the resistance of the block. So, and we had to change the way this was set up. But on the plus side, again, everything's working in here the way it's supposed to. Different tape. So we gotta clean up the inside of here. Everything forward is working. We got the lights working. Everything is working as it should for that. So we got the battery charger on it. The plan is kind of going to be to get this thing put back together. We want to get it started here soon. So I need to find a good wiring diagram. My brother knows how to get a hold of them. So I got a few I can get my hands on. But until then, until I get this all sorted out, it's kind of going to be... Also, we need oil because taking off the oil filter, it was leaking everywhere. Had to drain out all the oil. Oil looks great though, which is good. Don't know what this takes, but we put a little bit of Marvel Mystery Oil in the oil filter. See it over there? Kind of to eat up the corrosion that was on the filter O-ring seal, and to just have a little bit of oil in there so it doesn't come out dry when we get to it. So getting sick took a lot of time away from being able to work on the car as much as I wanted to, which is very disappointing, but life happens, and that's kind of a theme that I've been dealing with recently, but it is what it is. So we'll get more done to the car here soon, and I will hopefully update you. We're going to do a little bit more work, and then we got to clean up all the mess so that we can get my wife's car parked back in the garage. So, problems we got to overcome. This is our fuel line from the old setup. You can see the previous owner decided instead of, taking them and cutting them nice, he would just take them and gouge them out. Probably bolt cutters from the look of it. This is our fuel line from the Fiero. It goes down to some threaded line down there. So I think our solution is going to be to find some flexible line like this, make an adapter here. So make an adapter on that, run it into, thread it in on there. There's still enough there. I think we can use it and put it onto there. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting solution. Don't really want to mess around with fuel. Unfortunately, down there, I don't really want to take those off because those are a pain in the butt to get to. The return line is down underneath all that. So we'll see what we do about that. Other issue is we got to get everything wired up, starter and all that with our ECM in place and get it properly grounded. And then we got to find a thermostat housing for our coolant. Once the coolant sorted out, we got to fill up the thing with oil. When it's on a macro level, It's very small stuff. Figure out which one of those coil packs up there works. Those things there hanging on the wall. What else do we got to get sorted out? Vacuum lines up to the brakes, up to the clutch line. Make sure all that's working. We got to get the clutch sorted in terms of we got to build a new bracket for the clutch lines, the clutch bracketry to work on the vehicle. So there's a fair bit of stuff to do. And I don't really have a lot of time to work on it, but well, should be good. Should be. I hope.